Well, don't we have to learn more about how she died or who
Well,
she would be?
I heard something down here.
That stench.
Ooh, ghoul.
Yeah, I guess just a random ghoul spawned downstairs. I just, like, was that... Did she just spawn down there? No. Let's see. But yeah, I would have expected more people in this universe to be smarter or at least warier about monsters. Like, we kind of keep bringing this up or talking about this, how it seems like nobody seems to have much of a preventative measure towards monsters. And it's like, how is everybody not just dead? Also, there was a halfling. I didn't know they were in this.
Remember we talked about halflings before. We've read about them.
Yeah, I hadn't seen any.
Greetings, Witcher.
Yeah.
Seems your white lady's a noon wraith.
That means gods, poor Lucy.
Lucy. She was gonna marry, right?
Yeah. Her parents swore her to a smith from the city. Well-to-do, sure, but older and more brittle than elven ruins. Lucy ran from the altar out into the fields, where she slashed her veins.
Ugh.
Used the silver dagger she'd gotten for the betrothal. Wait. Let me show you.
Silver dagger.
Lucy's parents couldn't bear to sell it. Bury it, even. They left it in my care.
I want to send her away, but I've got to bring her close, lure her first. I need an object to belong to her. Dagger would be perfect.
Take it, but kill Lucy. Promise me. She shouldn't suffer no more.
There's like a
How
female
many-
vocal train in the back of the music that I
Oh.
really liked. That
Yeah.
you equip the dagger to kill her with.
It might just be a quest item.
I think it's just a quest item. Yeah, no dagger. Daryl
It's
really
amazing just how many young brides to be we found slain, and they all turn into noon wraiths, and everyone is surprised when people start talking about.
That's kind of
some
what I was
kind
talking about.
ghost outside of town.
I was like, it really does feel like people in this universe should be much more like leery of treating other people poorly, because it doesn't seem to go well for anyone. Let's see. So
Because in this universe, if someone isn't buried correctly, if someone dies under certain circumstances, then they become a monster that proceeds to eat everyone else.
yeah.
Look at all the people that are drowners, for instance.
Oh, alternate magic trap. Damages and slows enemies within a 10-yard radius.
That's interesting. I like abilities that are hold monster.
Yeah, just taking a look. Oof. I know a lot of people have said, like, go down the Ard line, which might be good. I'm gonna try this, though. With my sign intensity. I can jam more abilities in here. Oh, unfortunately, I need more points to actually get that. Okay, so this is... Bearden.
Now, you'll have to wait until noontime, correct? Or at least daylight.
Yeah. Oh, that's what the fire is for. They always put fire near Noon Wraith locations, because he'll just meditate there until it's time.
Let's dance.
Okay, how many potions? Eh. Let's quaff. The music is super good. I might honestly just start listening to the Witcher soundtrack while we
Well, you right?
yeah, while we write every night. Because that might not be a bad idea. Let's see. How much toxicity? That should be fine. Overdosed hard, but that's okay.
Oh, there she is. She's reformed? No. It was one of her mirages.
I got a zappy trap.
Oh, wow. It's a turret?
Yeah, it looks like I can have both down.
So where are her remains?
Right here.
Oh, near the blood?
Yep, looks like it. Why do I keep getting more Noonwraith trophies? Oh, right. Probably eat and drink.
Did you bury it? Or
No.
burn it? Or I thought that's the only...
I think that's what you're supposed to do, but I think they kind of just, like, don't have Geralt do the ceremony every single time.
Mm-hmm.
Because that gets boring.
A real cloudburst.
Let's see, did we get a weapon from her? I think we might have, yeah. Ooh, really liking those, the lightning in the background.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, the weather in this game is fun to watch.
Greetings, Witcher.
Problem solved. You can go back to your fields.
Thank you. Your coin. And may fortune smile upon you.
Yeah, you were thinking of Devil in the Well. Yep. Devil in the Well is the first one, and definitely the most tragic, or immediately tragic. I think that one was still sad, but, like...
That one also developed quite a bit. They even had pseudo cutscenes.
Yeah. Whereas this one is very much...
So, I really wish for those quests where they had a specific story that the Noon Wraiths weren't just skeletons with their tongues lolling out, that if they actually somewhat resembled the girl and that they would moan about the, you know, why was I forced to do this? That kind of thing. I always
Magic.
prefer...
A place of power.
I always prefer the type of ghost story where there is some manner of reasoning with or hearing the ghost side of the story. Because I never like it when
Oh, man.
Hmm?
That'd be a fun D&D campaign. Just everybody's Ghostbusters. But the ghosts are reasonable.
Well, isn't that what Mushishi is about?
Yeah, mostly. I think there was like one or
He's
two
just
that were
appeasing-
actually evil.
Yeah, because he's just appeasing spirits in one town or another.
A storm, damn it.
Oh, you witch fucker! Go for the horse's eyes! Conjure it! Bastards, conjure
I think
it!
I've seen instances where forest spirits start running amok and you find out that a copse of trees in the forest has been cut down. And if you replant some trees, then the forest is happy again or something along those lines, you know?
Oh, yeah. Let's see, Wonder's running a gourmet build. My weapons do a ton of damage, so I haven't really felt like I need to build into... Sorry.
Just hope it don't come down.
I kind of should have just moved on. I am tired. My brain is moving at like a mile an hour. Anyway, somebody
a mile
was...
an hour is incredibly slow.
Exactly. That's why I said it. Somebody had asked a question. I was waiting to answer it. I'm trying not to just like wait for my turn to speak, but answering questions are. Anyway, I'm going for a sign build, if only because we already like kick ass in melee, so I don't need to worry about it as much.
I like magic.
But yeah, I figured I'd go magic just because magic is interesting.
Wouldn't mind a look at your...
Ugh, those veins. When are you gonna get the toxicity level down?
Wouldn't mind a look at your stock. Wouldn't mind a look at your stock.
What's going on?
Farewell.
Are you...
I don't know. I couldn't trade with them.
Greetings.
Wouldn't mind a look at your stock.
Oh,
Yeah, he's bugged out.
Farewell.
he's bugged. You can't talk with him.
Yeah, alright. Whatever. Other merchants. Yeah, they sometimes glitch. Good to know. Also, we're not playing Blood and Wine yet. We'll get there. But we are under levels. Oh, speaking of, I wanted to test something. One of the things that I've got running is a bunch of extra potential ability slots. Let's see. Active shield. Oh, damage is absorbed by the shield restores vitality. Huh. Yeah, does this. Oh, that keeps stacking. So yeah, we really can just buff our casting abilities here. My goal is eventually to have a Igni that is so strong it can just take out a Griffin. Anyway,
What happened, ma'am?
As if the war weren't enough, sir. I'm losing me ends. How am I to live, eh?
Get a look at the thieves?
What thieves? It's monsters taking me chickens. An ordinary thief I'd nab on me own, but beasts? What am I to do?
I can help you. Not for free. But you're advanced in years, so I won't ask too much.
Poppycock. Not much, he says, but you'll take me liver come the end. Well, no one else is lining up to help me. Me hen started disappearing about a week past. Always take one at a time, the vermin.
One at a time? Interesting. Monsters leave any tracks?
Aye. Prints of wolf paws, but strange-like. As if the wolves walked on their hind legs. And don't you be like that wise-ass Yossit from down Warren tells me I'm mistaken. But few know beast tracks like I do. Me man were the best poacher for miles around.
I see. I'd still like to examine the prints myself.
not recommend using fast travel. A few story glitches due to it. Haven't run into any issues yet. I'll keep that under advisement. I generally will never fast travel to a location I haven't been to before. And I generally fast travel to somewhere outside. Let's see. Oh, did I not? I don't think I actually tracked that quest, did I? Yep. Empty coop. Wrong one?
You should also save at some point.
I just did.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, 90% certain.
These
I
are pretty
just
fields.
did.
I like the flowers in them.
Yeah. Oh man, that reminds me. I really want to go up to the Scandinavian countries during like the spring and summer when they've got all the big fields of flowers out.
Oh, like the lupine?
Yeah.
Wolf prints, all right. Though something's not right.
It's a werewolf, you dunce.
Mm-hmm. A wolf on hind legs, whatever could it be?
I do appreciate that 90...
Little footprints. Interesting.
We have an absolutely adorable book with my parents that was probably written in the 1960s or 70s, and it was probably the 60s actually, now that I'm thinking about it. It's that old manner of illustration. Oh, what?
Watch out, Petey! He's got a sword! A soldier! He won't take us alive!
Are they stealing the chickens? And
Not gonna hurt you.
Then why are you here? That captain with the black moustache send you?
Don't know any captain. Followed the tracks of the hen-stealing monsters here.
You're a little fuss over a few skinny hens. The old lady didn't like 'em much anyway. She were always yelling at 'em. And she looks like a witch.
Why are you in the woods? Where are your parents?
Soldiers caught him. We was crossing the river, but they spotted us. We ran, but Mum and Dad had bags. Told us to flee.
Lived in the woods alone ever since?
Sure. Find a lot of things, steal a few others. We get by just fine.
Where'd the wolf prints come from?
they made
Dad
them
once
probably.
hunted down a wolf. Gave each of us a paw for good luck. We tied him to our shoes.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause wolves steal hens, right?
Sure. Usually not one at a time, though. You survive by stealing from others. This can't end well. You should ask someone for help.
Who'd help us? Who'd take us? Once we've got all the hens, we'll go deep in the woods. Petey says we's gonna hunt. We're animal hides, so a tent out of leaves. And never grow up.
Last bit's most likely. Good luck, I guess. And watch out for yourselves.
Oh, but by the last bit's most likely, he means they're gonna die first.
Yep.
Did you ever play games like that with your friends where you built little stick
Oh,
forts
absolutely.
and pretended that you were trapped on some
Massively.
island?
We would take like hedge clippers and stuff into the underbrush around where we live and make like hidden like hollows that only the kids could get into.
Yeah.
And everybody would carry on sticks, and there was like some kind of weird hierarchy that I didn't know or understand, because it seemed to have fallen apart by the time I like got old enough that any of the like quote unquote hierarchy people would interact with me, you know, because like the second graders were just kids that they ignored, and then like once you got up to fourth grade, then you were like maybe allowed to get into the inner circles, but at that point all of those kids were sixth graders and had lost interest in playing pretend, ? And so oof.
Yeah, and I remember too, there was also a cul-de-sac near us, and all the kids would make forts in it, and you'd have to have little snowball fights in order to maintain control of your fort.
We didn't do too many snowball fights because there was always that asshole.
Oh,
that
there
would
was
ruin
always
it.
the ice chunk.
The ice chunk, or the kid that would like sneak up and then just jam it into your face. I remember absolutely bodying a kid because he had the great idea to hit me with a snowball point blank and break my glasses.
Oh, yeah.
But dumbass, so I had a shovel because I was just shoveling snow. Dumbass decides to like come up and more or less punch me in the face with the snowball and break my glasses. So me, you know, having just had glasses shoved painfully into my face, I flail with the thing in my face, a shovel, and clip him hard with a shovel.
Ouch.
That was the end of me ever doing snowball fights or being around snowball fights, and that was the end of him ever being in Boy Scouts, because like he did this in front of everybody. I wasn't part of. Okay, I'm gonna back up. So we were at a cabin for Boy Scouts. Kids were having a snowball fight. I was shoveling snow and had nothing to do with it. This little asshole sucked. I hated him, but I had nothing. Like, I wasn't going to do anything to him.
Were you tasked with shoveling?
Yeah. I was just shoveling the deck off so that we could use it. But so he thought it would be a great idea to get back at me for being, you know, one of the mean older kids, because I wouldn't let him just, like, screw around during scout meetings, because I was the senior patrol leader. So comes up, hits me in the face with a snowball, breaks my glasses, and, of course, I just whammo him with a shovel in front of his dad, my dad, all of the scoutmasters, and everything. And I just remember the comment was, well, that was dumb, from one of them, because I couldn't see anymore, so I couldn't do anything. And this kid's on the ground, not bleeding, nothing's wrong with him apart from the fact that, yeah, he got clobbered. And he's just sitting there, weeping and screaming and whatnot.
Oh, it hurts so much.
Yeah, exactly. And his dad is up in my face and my dad's face, shouting and so on and so forth. Because, you know, his kid just got clobbered. And whatever Scoutmaster had said, that was stupid, was just like, you watched the whole thing happen. What did you expect was going to go there?
Oh gosh, no, don't say troop numbers or anything.
Winds howling.
Can't people find you that way?
Yeah, absolutely. I honestly don't even remember my troop number because I've been in about 6 different troops.
Oh yeah, you moved around a
Yeah,
lot.
so like, freaking, I don't remember in the slightest. But so his dad just like, he was absolutely the kind of person that like his son was super spoiled, and the dad was always going to facilitate
and if things
that.
don't go his way, then we're gonna remove him.
Yeah, and so that's what they did, and the kid just absolutely got pulled from scouts that day. It was supposed to be a like week-long cabin trip, and this was day 1. And so they hopped in their car and drove off, and good freaking riddance, because that kid was a monster, and apparently continued to be a monster up until high school. Because I knew people that knew this kid, and he never improved.
Hey, Witcher! What is it?
Found a group of kids in the woods. They were the ones stealing your hens.
Oh, children, eh? Riding on the backs of wolves, were they?
Never any wolves here. The kids are just clever.
If they've anything in their noggins, they'll stay away from me hen house now.
Take them in. Give them a home. Won't steal from you then.
Sure, but I'll be feeding the whelps. I gain nothing from it. But suppose I'll give it some thought. Ah!
Walks into me. Ah! What's up, Shell?
I'm just thinking about what would she do if she let them in? I mean, I suppose they could help tend to the hens or
Yeah,
help build
I
up
mean,
the farm
at
or-
her age, if she has no other support system, having a bunch of young kids that could potentially, you know, help tend to the crops, do whatever, take care of her, like, sweet deal, assuming that they can procure food. Compared to many other
Whoa,
alternatives.
what is this place? This is a fountain. A
I
functional
don't know.
fountain.
I'm gonna wait until daytime. Can you not? Can you please not? Can you please not?
I want to put my legs up on something.
Go get the poof.
I'll have to get the pool.
Get up and go get the poof. But yeah, I was just doing a ton of squats. So you putting your legs on me is actually really hurty.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Wait, is this Halflingville?
Looks like it.
There are tons of halflings. What do halflings look like?
Are
they
beardless dwarves, apparently.
Yeah, beardless dwarves.
Yeah, beardless dwarves, pretty much.
Aren't you a tower?
Oh, they've got more hair, too. And are barefoot.
Of course, the large hairy feet.
Mm-hmm. I don't like that trend for halflings.
Welcome to Honeyfield, traveller. Holofernes Myersdorf at your service. Meet my sons, Bernie, Franklin, and Hugo.
Nice to meet you. Geralt of Rivia.
I know who you are. Recognize the hair. Truth is, I've been waiting for someone like you.
Worried about the apiarian phantom? Saw your notice.
That's right. He's ravaging my hives.
You do realize this apiarian phantom? Well, there is no such thing. It's a monster, gotta be. A wraith, maybe. Any of your workers see anything?
I did. I was cleaning a hive when I heard a farmhand cry out. Screamed as though he'd been stung by a whole swarm all at once. I ran to him, but he was dead.
Any stings on him?
None. He looked like he had frostbite. Blue lips, frost in his hair, and dead bees lay all around him.
Farmhand who died. What did you do with the body? Wouldn't mind a look.
Too late for that. We buried the poor fellow a few days back.
Where'd the phantom appear? Can any of you show me?
I'll go. Come with me. This way. Follow me.
Where'd you get the idea it was an apiarian phantom?
It's a beekeeping superstition. You mismanage the bees' offerings, the phantom appears. He destroys the hives and kills the bees, so that no one can use these noble creatures for ignoble purpose.
Sicked your bees on the competition, eh?
No. Father recently signed a contract with the Redanians.
So the phantom's from Nilfgaard.
Oh my god, this guy... Does he have a butt flap? He runs like he's got poop in his pants, but it looks like he's got a butt flap too. They really did not do a good job animating these guys.
Here's where the phantom killed the farmhand.
Maybe it left some tracks.
Wait, a phantom? So is
A bee phantom.
a
Covered in
phantom?
frost. Cold must have killed the bees. Covered in frost. Cold must have killed the bees.
Well, we've seen the evil elves use frost, but I suppose various types of ghosts could too.
Yeah, because noon wraiths usually use fire.
When was the person killed?
Oh, here we go.
Blood. Dried and blackened, so several days old. Must be where the farmhand died. The Apiarian phantom's got large feet, me, and it's pretty damn heavy. Tracks disappear in the water. Doubt anything's hiding in this puddle they call a lake. Need to check the other side, see if the trail goes on.
Well, there's something over there.
There might be drowners. Or
No.
something else.
That's
Wait,
a
there's a
halfling.
man over there.
Yeah, halfling's over there on the dock.
Mm-hmm.
Elle went to go get booze.
Oh, it's Irish cream. Just like having a spot of it here and there.
Well, we have neckers. Pretty sure the neckers are not that useful.
The neck biters. That's what I personally refer to them as. Because why else would they be called that?
Yeah, I don't know.
They didn't try lashing onto people's jugulars. Ah, there we go. Things have resumed. But there's a bunch of drowners.
Show me a pond, and I'll show you the drowners. But they didn't destroy the homes.
These are different colors. Look at the red on them.
They're drowned dead.
So even more formidable than normal drowners?
Yeah, higher tier. Stronger. Beefier. Let's see. Carry extra stuff. Let's see. Oh. I wonder if there's a way to favorite these without equipping them to my consumables.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense. Just so that you could have a quick bar for them.
Yeah, unfortunately it does not seem to...
So you haven't been able to identify them from their appearance very well. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, because it's just based on color. I know Thunderbolt is like one color type, and I don't know. Okay, here we go. Oh, I'm just smelling that.
Can't squeeze through here.
Some.
Gotta find another way in.
Oh. So what structure is this?
Dunno.
Why does it look
Old
so
building,
dilapidated?
big.
But it's large. It looks like it used
It's
to
locked.
be another farmstead.
I got the key right here. The father began building this house for Bernie, but ran out of coin. It's been standing half finished since.
Wonderful hiding place for whatever destroyed your hives. I'm going in. You go home and bar your door. Who knows what might come out of there.
Wait, this is a house intended for Bernie.
Oh, do we have to talk to the guy, or... Wait, what? Okay.
I thought you were supposed to get the key, or... There you go.
Okay, it worked out.
Apiarian phantom my ass. It's a hell of a wild hunt. How the hell
See? Ice powers. It is the wild hunt.
Holy crap, it did not like fire.
Of course not. It's being of ice. Can you crawl through there at all, or nah?
No, it's just how it got down in here.
Oh, now you're gonna get a hound trophy? How did it get separated from everything else? It would make sense that it would live underground so as to stay out of the sun's rays.
I mean, it could have just gotten loose or split apart. Any number of things.
Yeah, because I didn't know if they could exist far away from their masters after being summoned from the other realm.
I know it's complete fantasy, but I love how clear the waters here are.
There are clear waters in various parts of the world. It depends on what body of water you find, though.
Yeah, I know, but it'd be hard to live near stuff like that. Oh, here they are.
How did you
An unsullied pond.
Off the Phantom.
Your apiarian phantom was a hound of the wild hunt.
Eternal fire. Hounds run with the wild hunt as well.
About 2 weeks back, I woke suddenly in the night, saw the hunt streaking across the sky.
Hound must have gotten separated then. Couldn't go back, so it hid in the empty house. It's hardly compensation for your losses, but at least the hound won't destroy any more hives.
Thank you, Witcher. It's true. Nothing like hiring a specialist.
They have hair all down their legs.
Enough for today, boys.
Do you see
Let's
that?
go home.
Yep. Legs and arms.
Which begs the question of, why is it that they're lacking the hair on their faces then?
Shaving?
Fun fact, I believe humans have more hairs than gorillas. Yep. Individual hairs. Granted, many of ours are small,
Let's rebuild the
transparent,
hives the hound destroyed.
like things like peach fuzz, they refer to it as,
Yep.
and things that are invisible.
For people that know, can you respec in this game, or is that not really a thing?
You flee to Maria too?
I still want you to read, Oh, you can buy potions of clearance. Okay, cool.
To read what?
Dungeon Meshi.
Oh,
Can you,
one of the
can
manga
you read
that you
that tonight? Or something?
Tell me a place to find it that isn't some sketchy manga site.
Manga decks. Not sketchy.
Okay, fine. Because what? You were telling me that you were reading all this Korean?
I mean, yeah, I've been
Manhwa
reading a lot of manhwa, but no. Dungeon Meshi is Japanese, 100%. It's super good.
Wander was explaining to me.
That might honestly be the first and only manga that I might buy.
Yeah. We'll have to find it at some point.
But I'm thinking I might be worth respecking just to see how much damage I can put into swords instead of magic. But hello.
Ah!
Doesn't do as much damage now. Which is good.
Mm-hmm. She's still slinging mud, though. Looks like your mod didn't really work, though.
Time to end.
Unless they never made it for the hags.
Yeah. I don't think it works that well for the hags. I remember there being a disclaimer about it.
Is this a substantial town? Is this... Wait.
We've been
Oh.
here.
Wait, we have?
Yeah.
Hierarch Squares. This isn't Novigrad, is it?
Yeah, this is Novigrad.
Oh, we're approaching from the other side of Novigrad.
Yeah, north side. Which, we could probably start getting some of these quests done. Not all of them.
Some. But a number of them are above your level.
So notice Wander does... This guy is standing right next to a water hag. Wow.
Woo.
Yeah, I'm really tired, so dodging is kind of rough. It's also kind of one of those where it's like I do so much damage And I'm relatively well geared, so like I can tank hits and just kind of not care. If I was playing on a higher difficulty, I'm sure it would be an issue. But like, I am here for the story and the world. And that's about it. Everything else is just kind of bonus. And if you notice, I don't even have to loot things. Which is super nice. Constantly healing from gourmet. I switched things around so it's not as strong as it was.
Welcome. What can I get the honourable gentleman? New poulaines, perchance? I've not got a true pair, but they'll be the same size.
Fine. Show me what you got.
So, what don't I got? Something for everyone. Seek and ye shall find. Cheap, too.
If you do notice, when I was fighting that hag, I was trying to parry her. But I gotta train myself not to parry in this game, which sucks. Because I'm trying to train myself to parry in other games. Because, you know...
Sometimes it's actually necessary.
It's super helpful.
Yeah.
Like, if I ever play Dark Souls again, I'm just gonna try and parry everything. Just because I've done everything else in that game. And I think that could be fun.
I never liked how... parries, you had to get the timing just so in order to do them. And I never liked the idea of getting hit or losing health needlessly attempting to block something when I could just dodge or strike and find a way to cut clear to my enemy.
The one problem is I have so much foodstuffs that's not useful here. Because I only want to hold...
dumplings.
Yeah.
Oh.
But they're not good.
Really? So the dumplings that the elf offered you actually weren't that good?
They're okay, but I got better food. See, the Buclair White just has 3 times the effect. I really wish I could sort based on healing ability. But whatever. Parahumans dodge monsters. I know. But it's like, I specifically was trying to force myself to parry them. And then, yeah, doesn't actually work. So I have to untrain myself to parry. Like, away from parrying. I get it. It's just frustrating. But yeah, as soon as I need to dodge, I can and will start dodging. Easily. But currently, there's no real need. Everything barely hurts me.
So, we're going to be entering Novigrad, potentially completing some quests, and ultimately our goal is to still find Cirilla. But there's the Wild Hunt pursuing her, the mysterious elf. What other plot threads do we have? Really?
Do I just have a bunch of spare Noonwraith trophies? Yeah, I guess so. I should think about that. I know you're getting antsy. I haven't done this in a while.
Inventory.
I know. I can sort based on quantity. And again, I've got a decent amount of... Is that? No.
With all the books and documents we have, I could almost imagine...
It's good enough.
Geralt having a verifiable library on his back.
We get some cards in too, I'll be a happy man.
Really? You gonna challenge him?
Yeah. I want to play some Gwent. Plus it might get me some cards. Some useful ones. Let's see. Those.
Get rid of the things that you don't actually have pairs for, too.
Well, it's not so much that. I've got plenty of pairs. I just had Vernon Roche, Because I picked up that card somewhere. So I figured I'd add him, because he's super strong. Okay. So who do we redraw?
Well, you don't want to get rid of Roach or the ballistas.
Okay. So
oh, well, now you have 2 of them.
this is actually pretty good. Yeah, so I've got the pair. I do not have my horns of doubling.
Ah, the horns.
So I'm going to get rid of... See, like... Whoa.
Oh, but you were given a 3rd guy?
Looks even better.
Ah, so you were given another dead ox. Well, you don't have any weather effects, and you don't have any doubling. Ah. Hey, but doesn't that mean if you use one of the death cards, it takes away his 5? But you probably don't want to do that now.
Yeah. Problem is I can't play anything else.
Nothing in the range slot. But you don't have any more ranged.
I'll put one of these down.
Wait, you can double
Dude is
up on
just
conditions?
raining on my parade.
I think he's just gonna bank on that one guy winning for him. I mean,
I guess so.
you can destroy it with the ox.
Good. I'm trying to bait him into doing something else.
I mean, Roche won't be affected by anything, but... Oh, did you make it sunny again? With full test?
Yeah. Clears
nice.
weather cards, yep.
But now his ability is spent. Okay, so he doubled up on that. You're staying just ahead of him. Oh, you could destroy his 9.
That was the plan. I was hoping I'd get him to pull out a second one of those. Because if I could get him to pull out his other one, notice how they have a pairing bonus?
Yeah.
Because then I could wipe both of them from the board entirely.
Well, then it means that you're going to have to...
Yeah, I can't.
Interesting. Well, he's still a point under you. He's still playing, I'm surprised. Are you going to hold then, or are you going to see what he does next? He only has 3 cards.
I'm going to see what he does. Either he dumps all of his remaining cards and beats me on this round, but has nothing else.
Ah!
It's okay.
That's tricksy.
Yeah, but he's got like 3 cards.
No, I know.
4, okay.
So what he did was he put a card on your side, drew an extra card, was able to get the ballista again.
Easy win.
Oh, and you have the
Very
horn.
easy win. I got the Rudy Tooty. Yeah, so unless he's got like nothing but Scorches left, we're good.
Huh, Frost.
Yep.
But he only has 1 card left.
Yeah, so whatever he's got, it ain't that strong. Why not just play it? It must be useless. Insult to injury.
Did you get anything for that? Just crowns?
Crowns.
Ah, so you didn't get...
Villain Tremormirth.
Vil of
Yeah, so anytime we see somebody that can do
What, did you just step on that guy?
Yeah, maybe. We should probably
I think
actually
you
look
accidentally
into what I
kicked
can
that beggar.
do. Let's see. So we have Fist of Fury might be a bit tough. Do Elusive Thief.
Of all places, why did that man have to blow his...
Oof. Who are these guys?
Geralt of
Enforcers?
Rivia, Witcher. White Wolf, they call you?
You stand accused of offending religious sentiment. We've orders to take you in for interrogation. Surrender your weapons.
Wait, what? What did you do? Offending religious sentiment. How so?
That is. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go full aggro here.
Who else is going to attack you in this?
Dunno, probably a lot of people.
Over my dead body.
Told you we wouldn't fool him. Well, you're due a beating. It'll just be more of a challenge.
Remember the preacher who spoke of witches and witchers? A man you humiliated before his faithful.
Ah.
He asked that we administer a sacrament on his behalf. Your last rites.
So, these guys were sent by the priest. So you're not drawing weapons?
Insult to injury.
You're just gonna punch them to death. The horses are completely unfazed by this.
Come on.
Oh. Our humans brawl in the streets every day. They even bump our rumps. We don't mind. We get fed hay.
Oops. Turns out parrying pulls out a weapon.
Why is everyone so afraid? Your wrath isn't being pointed at them.
Shut up and fight.
Damn it. Apparently Cunning pulls out my sword too.
So you did end up killing them with your sword.
I'm pretty sure they died no matter what. I was just trying to insult to injury them. But I guess Geralt had other ideas.
So now you're gonna find that old man and go, hey, you know those guys you sent to kill me?
Dunno. Guess I was gonna do this.
Greetings, Master.
Hear about the contract? Really got an imp problem? Or is that just an imp or affection in the notice?
Ah!
You ought not jest, Master Witcher. I know the creatures are only to exist in fairy tales, yet I saw one with my own eyes as it stole from my stall.
All right. So what's this imp look like?
Like a mean, fat cat, but a very large one. This tall, see? And it walked upon its hind paws.
What did it swipe from you?
Once it was bread, then a fish, then apples. Might not seem like much, but added together and the business suffers. And I'm hardly alone in being pestered. It's nicked something from every stand in the square. So, will you teach it a lesson with your silver sword?
Relax, I'll help you. Small businesses are the foundation of a healthy economy, and so on and so on.
Thank you, Master Witcher. I don't know if this will be of use, but most recently the thief leapt over that wall and ran into a passageway. It was the last I saw of him and a few of my wares.
Dude, you might want to consider a hat with some more peripheral vision.
You ate something a little over.
Merchant was right. Actually does look like a giant cat.
I've eaten out. Younger's so deep I can't think on me work.
Ah, so take these leaves. Chew,
Oh, is that the hole?
but don't swallow, and you can go
Oh.
next time.
No, it went this
Help,
way.
Save me. I'm dying of poverty.
Looks like the imp dropped some loot. Definitely came through here.
Oh, I've had enough of living.
Drop down into the moat. Trail ends here.
Oh, that's cool. When he's falling into the water, he actually pulls his arms in close.
Right. That's precisely what we did when we went into the... What was it? One of those lakes around the Adirondack Mountains?
Mm-hmm.
That was the longest... The farthest height I've ever dropped from when it comes to jumping into water, and I don't know if it's something I like to repeat. Because it's scary. And there's always the potential that you brush up across the bottom.
Yeah.
I mean, there it was okay, but if someone had greater mass than me, they probably would have hit the bottom with their feet if they kept it straight too long. The Wild Hunt. From farmers and herdsmen, milkmaids to midwives, all the common folk of the continent whisper, sharing tales of a wraithly procession pounding across the sky. The Wild Hunt, they call it. Winds and gales, storms and blizzards arise when it is sighted, and all grows cold, though the sun shone bright moments before. Some remember only the cold from the shock of the encounter, and claim the riders come always in winter, but nay, this is not so. The hunt brings its own ice. Death and war gallop in its wake, or so the superstition goes, yet evil enough is the hunt itself. It takes folk captive, youths most often, in the prime of their wildling years, with 10 to 20 summers behind them. The hunt rushes in, and they disappear, only to return long years later with no memory of what passed in the time between.
That reminds me. Completely.
Wait, have they been taken for labor, or what?